spent the entire day with me. He took me for a walk and talked about college and life beyond. At one point, we had stopped walking. He touched my hand, gazed into my eyes, and I knew it. I knew what he would do next. All alone by the spring, silence interrupted by a nightingale and the stream colliding with the rocks in the basin, Matt leaned in and kissed me. Later, he said he'd known I had wanted it for ages, but didn't know how to do it. That had been the first and so far the only time we'd kissed. I'd spilled my heart to him, all the while he smiled and understood everything. "I'm glad you told me," he'd said. To my fluttering heart, he became everything when he added, "I have something to tell you too, but don't tell anyone." It wasn't until we had moved to New Haven that we had another conversation about it. I had asked him, with a sudden spike of bravery, if we were going to date now that we were away from everyone we knew. "Do you really think we should?" He'd replied with a question. "I mean, we're so young, inexperienced. Your first relationship never really works out. You know that, right?" I hadn't known that. "Well, it's true," he'd said with a shrug. "Besides, these should be our crazy years, right? We should try stuff out, not settle down. There's plenty of time for settling down when we return home." He'd taken a long look at me, and I melted in front of him. I always had. "We'll be together, Isaac," he had said. I pushed those memories out of my head. We were 4 months away from returning home, 4 months away from being together. He had his fun. He had tried stuff out. I was sure of it. I never asked, but he sometimes said so anyway. It was okay. It didn't bother me because he would be mine in the end. I didn't care if he tried it with a girl or if he dated that girl for a few weeks. It didn't bother me because it never worked out. He had me to look forward to. It didn't bother me that he didn't want to come out. It didn't bother me that even so he occasionally met up with a guy, and I was the only living person he told that to. My teeny-tiny studio was not too far from campus. It was in a rundown brick-and-mortar building at the very top. I always thought of it as the insulae in ancient Rome, where the spacious apartments occupied entire ground floors for the owners or wealthy families. The higher you were, the poorer you had to be, until you reached the very top of the building, where you only had a room with a bed and a basin. I didn't know what was on the other side when the sinking feeling crept into my stomach. Was intuition really a thing in the real world? Whatever the case, as I turned the key in the lock, I knew something bad was going on. Except when I opened the door, it was all the same. The small hallway led into a single room that had a desk, a chair, and a couch that I pulled out at night. There was also a tiny kitchen to the right where a mini fridge and a single stove cooker were, 3 square feet of work surface, and a sink, too. Still, my gut coiled as I looked around, eyebrows rising. Drip, drip, drip. The sound was unmistakable, and it was coming from the matchbox-sized bathroom. I held my breath when I turned the light on and poked my head in there. The entire wall by the bathtub had turned from white to sickly cream with shades of rusty red. Water trickled down the cracked wall and onto the tap, from where it dripped consistently in perfect rhythm into the bathtub. Panic made my feet move swiftly, and I found myself in the other room, reaching for the phone I'd placed on the desk. I dialed the number to which I only sent photos of paid rent once a month and paced around the room. Mr. Gleason cleared his throat after picking up. "Isaac, how are you, buddy?" "Not great," I said, harsher than I'd meant to. "There's a leak, sir. I don't know what to do." What? Slow down," he said, voice lazy. Had I woken him? "I think a pipe in the bathroom is leaking, sir. The wall's all... Oh, God, should I even be here? You have to come." As seconds ticked away, I grew more tense. "Calm down, buddy," he said, as if a pipe leak was the most casual thing in the world. "Go downstairs to the A1."